Hey Aquarius, welcome to Tourmaline Tarot. We're going to do your November read. And we're going to see what's going on. If it's yours, you'll know. If it's also not yours, you'll also know. So, let's see. What can Aquarius expect for November here? Well, you got Five of Swords. Alright, kicking it off. Let's see what else they have to say. I don't feel it's bad because you have the Eight of Cups and the King of Swords. And, what about it? Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Whatever adversity, that sounds so dramatic, but whatever kind of tussles that you're facing, you stick in. You are not bailing, you are not walking away, you are handling your business, and you're doing it from a logical place. I feel like you're not letting yourself get bogged down on the emotional side. You're kind of embracing any kind of air sign quality where it's like, like, no, here's the way out. Here's the map. I'm following this. I'm not going to get charged up or sidetracked. Because with the Two of Pentacles reversed, it is very, like, you know, anything that is calling for you to lose balance or any kind of duality that you feel like you have to have one foot in one spot, one foot in the other. That kind of, like, split thing where, like, and this is what's coming to mind. If people expect you to be one way, but then like you're actually that way, it's like how you have like a work personality and a home personality. Like I definitely have a customer service voice. I'm aware of that, because that how I talk with my friends is very different. So with the Knight of Pentacles, though, you're doing what's right in terms of what you want to be doing. Also, there could be news coming your way that kind of like seals the deal on something that you've been working towards, and it could have been feeling like it could be feeling a little difficult, like it might be on the grind, but you start seeing the payoff of it. Like you don't feel like you are juggling because it feels like either money's coming in or something, there's like a little boost to it, or you get news that something is going to work or go through. And that kind of keeps you going here. Because what is this Five of Swords about? Actually, before I do that, let's get it. Give me an outcome. Give me an outcome for Aquarius. I was getting ahead of myself. Okay, only the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, so there is some kind of like glow up. It could be in the financial sector. It could just be about, you know, work stuff as well. But there's an independence to it. I feel like if you have felt like you've had to slog through, the relief part is coming because you have the Nine of Pentacles. What about this Nine of Pentacles for Aquarius? Give me that. What are we talking about? The Five of Pentacles. Yeah, there's leaving a lack mentality. There is like any kind of worry that like something wasn't enough or whatever. Also, if it is talking about present stuff, you could have been in a point where it's like you feel like you have to prove yourself, be strong, be on top of it, pinch pennies, whatever it could be. You know, coupons are good and stuff like that, but like you don't have to drag that mentality into this new abundance, because sometimes it can kind of like be the hitch in the giddy up where you do still have the mentality of like, oh, I need to save this, or oh, I can't go do that, you know. Watch for that. So try and leave that behind. Leave that out in the cold. And that little teddy bear makes me so sad because he's so cute. Yeah, also, there is an element of asking for help. If you have reached a point, you know, of not even success or whatever, but like don't feel like you do have to do it by yourself. You can ask for help. It is an option. Or you might need advice on how to handle, you know, whatever new level you're in. What about that exactly? The Star. Hi, there you are. Yeah. So there is a lot of fulfillment. You're bringing your best foot forward. I feel like you're out of any kind of energy where you do have to hold down the fort or prove yourself or whatever it may be. Because what is this Five of Swords about? It was the Chariot reversed. There was a lot of halting because, you know, the Eight of Cups reversed, you know, the Eight of Cups upright's about moving, you know, going to kind of like a calmer corner to figure things out or whatever. You stick in there, like you double down on something, but it paid off. I don't really want to say it was a gamble, but you were able to, like I said, keep your emotions out of the fray. So with this King of Swords, what is that going to be about for Aquarius? You have the Page of Cups, and then you have the Queen of Wands reversed. So I feel like you were not doing something in terms of emotionally, like you weren't taking action on your emotions. Or other people were being emotional and you weren't acting on it. Other people could potentially have been coming at you in a positive way. It doesn't have to be negative, but it could have been like you know somebody was acting that way because of how they felt, but you weren't buying it. You weren't jumping on the bandwagon for whatever it was. Or you were getting offers in and you knew it wasn't it. You know, you're just like, meh, that's nice, but it's not it. You knew something was not it. So with this Knight of Pentacles, what is this about here? The Hanged Teddy. So there was perspective that came out of this. And also, once again, there is that patience, waiting, not rushing into stuff element. Also Pisces, potentially. But let's see what that's about. I'm getting nosy. Yeah, so you have the Four of Wands reversed. And that's not a bad thing. But I feel like something didn't manifest or materialize the way that you could have expected it to. Because if you're reading 1111, it's kind of like the wish fulfillment type thing as well. Stability and how things came about might not have been the way that you thought it was going to be. And I mean, it's not bad. Or you had to change how you viewed what that means. How does this apply? Because like I said, you're being very logical, not buying in the emotional stuff. And there you are up there, you know, reaping the benefits of whatever you were like, no, I'm doubling down. So reading the Oracle here, yeah, there's the Coffin. It's just like the Death card. It's change. It's something along those lines. There's a before and an after is what I like to call it. These are all going to go together because I can see the sentence they're forming. So, yeah, you put, well, you didn't want to go, but it was the sun and the clover and the clouds. You just don't really know how it's going to come about, but give me the challenge. It's the clover. And then the outcome. So there is a change. There's a before and an after with the Coffin. It's like the Death card. There's something that definitively is like a moment. You're going to have a moment, Aquarius. On this side, I read this like a scale. It could be you and another person or you in another situation. And pick the side that's more relevant in your mind. But we have the Cupid over here and the woman. They only give you a guy and a girl in this deck. So I'm not really sweating the gender, but I feel like this is more you. Because with the Cupid, you feel a certain way about it, but at the same time, there's still arrows and there's bleeding, which is not a fun time. So there is a level of passion, but there's a little bit of challenge that comes with it. Over here on this side, you have the birds with the letter. Could be just a lot of texting, emailing, you know, internet communication kind of stuff. Or this could be communication that's coming in very fast, that is not meant to irritate or throw shade on anyone, but it could not be all correct because the birds are about gossip as well. You have the rider, the bear, and the metal, and this is why I say there could be, you know, there's contrary stuff coming in, but then here's also the making the record straight stuff, because then you have the rider, which is fast moving communication as well, but you have the bear, which is like that mama bear protective energy. It could be considering about work as well. And then you have the metal. So there could be something that happens very quickly as far as work goes, a shift in that. Also, like I mentioned before, the shift in money, like there's going to be a bump up with it that I know it's not talking a lot about love. This is a lot about like you. But yeah, down here, the challenge is kind of like it's the clover, which for me is like a short-term wheel of fortune. There's a maybe losing a little bit of, if you have been in a logical place, being like, luck ain't a thing, you know, like, I'm not leaving it up to chance. But ultimately, you do get the wine, which is a level of celebration. It is things kind of being easier, more free flowing. There could be a social situation that you wind up in that moves this along. Now, give me something on the coffin here. Actually, no. It wants to do the wine first. I'll listen to you, cards. What do you want to say? There's the snake, all right? So, hold on. Give me one more on the snake to see which way it's going. Ooh, too many even for me, but I'm just looking. There is, like I said, there's some kind of, just from what fell out there, there is some kind of like block that you're doing on stuff. Be careful of people who ask you for new beginnings. Be careful of people who ask you to reboot stuff. Because with the snake is about being defensive, but also it can be about, like, especially with the wine, it's like pulling you back into what's easy. You know, because wine, it's easy to overdo it, and then, like, it's fine in the moment, but the next day you're hungover. Like, just watch out for that kind of stuff. Watch out for anything that, I'm not saying stuff has to be hard, but the things where you're like, that seems too simple. Like, that, you know, it's like getting an email that, like, all you need to do is send $1 million for blah, you know what I mean? But you get the new beginning out of it if you kind of just overlook those kinds of things. But it could make you hesitant to ask for help. But just remember that still is an option here, because I want to see what this Cupid in person's about. It's the moon. It's the recognition and stuff. There is kind of a leveling up mentally. What about it? You have the emotional thing. I feel like you are trying to reconnect emotionally, and you might be discerning where it's safe to do that. And that could be kind of the hesitancy where you're like, whoa. But also, I'm getting a lot of career stuff, because the fish can be about career as well. So there's something that you're doing that you're, like I said, you're doubling down. It's worth it. Because give me this coffin thing here. I know I'm not selling the sexy, but yeah, there's like a status quo. Just kind of like a, you know, you smile at the same time, you're like, oh, I can't do it. Yeah, but there it is. There's the tower. There's doing stuff the right way. Like, you hunker down. You don't talk about it. You know, you don't really put your true feelings out there. You keep your mouth shut. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And then it pays off. It's like you're muscling through. Like I said, I have a customer service voice. Put on your customer service voice. And I think you get through it. I do just want one more on that. Also, people's intentions kind of start coming out. Yeah, there's the fox. Foxes know when to hunt. It's not the cunning, shady stuff. It's about knowing when to pounce. They don't just, like, jump on the first thing or, you know, go for the first gopher they see. Like, there's a discernment there to be like, yes, this is worth my time and energy. I'm biding my time. So there's something about that you're doing. But like I said, just watch what other people are saying. I don't think anyone gets drawn into it just because, you know, you're doing what you should be doing, and just, I hate to say, like, what is done in the dark comes to the light, but I just don't think it's going to work if people are trying to do that. So, doing a cosmic pep talk here. What is it there? Truth. Hi. What were we just talking about? Yeah, it comes out. It surfaces. You know what is right, what is wrong, etc. And intuition. Yeah, hi. I said you know. So, like I said, double down, go with your gut. You're remaining chill emotionally. You're not buying into it if people try and bait you. And you come out the other side looking pretty good here, Aquarius. All right, so that's what I have for November, and I'll talk to you later.